welcome back to another edition of Partner BRICKRUPTION. I'm Mel, that's Corey. What's going on, champ?
What's going on, my man? I am doing good. I'm feeling good. It is the end of the week for me. I'll be traveling, so I love that feeling where I get to say I got a half a week. I don't got to do no more teaching. I got to do some traveling. You already know the deal with traveling nowadays. I'm in Jersey, so we ain't go airport right now.
No, you don't. No, you don't. And it's safer that way. It's about time the government stepped in and saved New Jersey because all y'all crazy. All you New Jersey people crazy. I'm crazy. You even got an airport out there like that. So it's a lot safer to go outside of New Jersey to fly, and that's proven.
You know what? You know what the problem is? We should have known it was a problem when they kept calling it Newark Airport, but the airport is in Elizabeth.
Ah,
let that sink in.
yeah, that is pretty confusing, right? Yeah. But honestly, that's thinking for New Jersey anyway, because like BWI, which is Baltimore Washington International, it's not in Washington, and it sure ain't in Baltimore. It's in Hanover, Maryland, right outside of Baltimore.
You better keep an eye on your airport. All right, folks, we're gonna get right into it, man. Listen, we're kids from the '90s, and and one of the biggest shows, cartoon shows, was The Simpsons, longest running episodic show on television today.
Mm-hmm.
So has finally come out with another set. This is the third set of The Simpsons. They revealed it this week on their social media. It is the Krusty Burger.
Yes.
Burger. I remember a lot of cool episodes from the Krusty Burger. I remember they had the Krusty Rib. And I remember Homer Simpson took a bite into that rib sandwich and he started convulsing and he was drooling. It was crazy. And they were showing the type of meat they were, man. Krusty was off the hook, yo. Krusty Flower was off the hook, man. But my question is, though, man, this Krusty Burger set,
Mm-hmm.
too little, too late to pull out this set.
So, a lot of the Simpsons episodes always predict the future of what's happening now. Now, that one episode that you're talking about happened to be like the prediction of, remember that chicken sandwich that Popeyes came out with, and people were smacking people down in the line because they were jumping in front of them, behind us. People were smacking up the manager of Popeyes because they ran out of chicken sandwiches. It was a WWE moment at Popeyes in Popeyes Royale over that chicken sandwich. You remember that?
I remember that. And now it's everywhere.
Yeah.
Don't nobody about that.
No, nobody. Yeah, and that's funny. Little tidbit fact is that me and Jermaine's first build together for auditioning for Lego Masters had a lot to do with the Popeyes chicken sandwich. We made a whole story off of that chicken sandwich.
Wow.
We did. True story.
So, got you right into the good graces of Lego Masters.
Right. Good storytelling. Yeah, I think you're right, friend. I think this set is a little too late. You talking about, let me tell you, when was the last set came out? The last set that came out was like 2014, which was what, the Quickie Mart?
Mm-hmm. Quickie Mart.
Yep. And before that was what? I think I'm guessing maybe 2005. I could be wrong. I don't have all my facts in front of me. I think the Simpsons house came out 2005, and now it's 2025, and we get something. And now this has been on Lego Ideas for a long time. It's been sitting there for a long time, and so the designer did well on this, but I think that the niche is for people like me and you. Right, me and you, like this is who this is for. It's for the older kid, right? Because the younger kids, they really don't dig Bart Simpson like me and you, right? They even got the black cop on here, bro. I'm trying to look for the names on here. What was my man's name? What's his name? What was my man's name? Carl. Was it Carl? No, it wasn't Carl. Carl was the dude that was in the bar.
My bad. Carl was Homer's co-worker.
Yeah.
What was his name then?
Officer Lou. There it is right there. That's it. Officer Lou.
Yeah.
Officer Lou. Which was played by a white guy. Hank. It was played, a lot of these characters were played by Hank.
Yes, they were.
You
Yes.
know, Hank had that range. And but yeah, I think so, man. I think this is a little too late. Am I still gonna buy it? Hell yeah, I'm buying it because I'm a collector. I like this. I got the quickie mark. I gave away my Simpsons house because it was just over. I think the Simpsons house was just oversized. It was a little bit large. And so this is small, just like the quickie mark is small. Like small, like it's not gonna take up a whole big size, but it comes with a lot of stuff. Like you get all these minifigures inside, and then you get all the features inside of the restaurant itself, and you get the Krusty's. I guess it looks like the Krusty Mobile. You get the Krusty Mobile.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's a yes for me. But yeah, you're right, friend. It is a little too late for this set. This set is about, I'm gonna say, about 15 years late.
Mm. So I was doing research while you were talking.
Hmm.
The Simpson set, the
Hmm.
actual Simpson set that
Yeah,
came out 2014.
2014. Okay, 2014. Okay,
14.
okay,
And so Lego did come out with a few stuff. So they came out with the Quickie Mark, like we mentioned.
okay. What year was that?
Quickie Mark came out 2015.
2015. So right afterwards. Okay, okay. So they about 10 years late.
10 years late. And on top of that, they came out with a CMFs. They came out with some minifigs.
Yeah.
So they came out with those. Those came out. I don't have the exact date for those, but you can imagine that those probably came out, very very, around that same time as well.
Hmm.
You're looking at 10 years between, that Lego when Lego came out with the Simpsons, and it's kind of a head scratcher. Am I gonna buy it? Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm also thinking, all right, well, maybe I should go back and I should buy the Simpson house, and I should buy the Quickie Mart. But guess what? Guess what happened to those prices when they revealed that this set's coming out? Through the roof. Through the roof.
Yeah. Don't
Over.
you don't you know I tried to go back and look and see how much, and see if I could snag a Quickie Mart real quick, or maybe a homeless or a Simpsons house. And I saw them prices. I was like, I got a Quickie Mart. I'm missing some pieces from it, so I just probably need to just go ahead and brick link the pieces on it. But then I'm fine. But yeah,
It's I mean, you hate seeing stuff like that, when they jack up the prices. But I mean, it's business. That's how business works. Um, as far as the set's concerned, I like the set. It's not blowing my socks off. I would
Mhm.
say the Quickie Mart,
Yeah.
that definitely did it for me. The Simpson house.
Mhm.
So Krusty Burger, I would have liked to see Chief Wiggum as opposed to Lou. Nothing against Lou,
Well,
but
Chief Wiggum is in a Quickie Mart with the police car.
okay, that's fair.
So
That's
yeah. So
all right.
now Lou compliments Chief Wiggum. Go get the Quickie Mart, son.
Yeah.
All right. Next up, not to be a fan of the home team, I usually am, but as you can see, a good friend of mine and Charm City Lug member, Kevin Dart, his Instagrams are Lego are totally for adults, had made one of these babies supersized. Now it's large. It's not large enough for you and me to get inside and fly away. Totally out of Lego. He made an X-wing fighter. And this thing is pretty large. He's already got offers for people trying to buy it already, and he hadn't taken it to one show yet. He is planning on taking it to Chicago. Are you checking this thing out?
I'm looking at it right now. Um, now, if you remember, we definitely talked about this
Mm-hmm.
months back, and
Yes.
we showed a few pictures of the interior of like different sections. It didn't all come together yet.
Right.
But now that I'm looking at it, number one, that's incredibly impressive.
Yes.
For him to put in that much work, that much detail, and that much time.
Hmm.
Um, it's never easy to build something at your house. It's
Yeah.
hard for me to build stuff here. I'll build something, I'll put it down. My son gets to it, I got to start over. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's interesting to see that at the fact that he was able to put something like that together.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, you gotta think about it. Like you say, you got your furniture in your house, you got your everyday things in your house. So the clear space alone is a big task, right?
yeah.
And I mean this thing, the size of this thing here, I want to know how is he gonna get it out of the house to get it packed into a car to drive down to out drive up to Chicago.
Hmm. I mean, you said that this is home team, so I'm sure we could get a few time some time to speak with him and get some of those answers, man. I'm
Yeah.
looking at this thing, man. This is the size of a bedroom set, man. This thing is
It is, man. It is. It looks like your kid's bedroom, like one of them beds that them car beds that you buy for your little boy and stuff like that, or the ones that you and I wanted, but their parents never got us. It's that size.
it
It's
is
the size of a kid's bed.
wow. I mean, I'm telling you, man. Like number one, I'm almost positive this is modular built, so I'm sure he could take it
Yeah.
up and stuff like that. But man, it's going to be a task to get it out of the house and to make sure that it gets to its destination. Take it out of where you're traveling in, put it
Hmm.
together, and you're going to have a lot of people there. It's definitely going to be it's definitely going to be best in show contender for
Yes.
for Chicago. It's
Yes.
definitely going to be best in show contender. So big kudos to him, man. He put in the hard work. I'm not sure about this banana.
He did that for scale. He did that for scale. So
I'm,
and it wasn't just one banana. It was like it was a bushel of them. It was a
yeah, yeah.
bunch.
So I mean, he definitely. Uh, I probably would have showed the actual X-wing that Lego came out with.
Yeah.
Probably that for scale because
Yeah.
I'm like looking at the banana. I'm like, is the banana Lego as well? Like, nah. But you know what, yo, kudos to him, man. That's awesome, man.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Definitely.
I'll make
Good
a
look.
I'll make a Death Star.
Yes. Oh, not that size.
Now, I'm going to tell you about every Lego builder's dream, right? It's to
Hmm.
come home and you have a space for
Hmm.
your, right? You're in your area where you have all your Lego. I'm in my area where I have all my Lego. But could
Hmm.
you imagine if your entire house was remodeled, made different to be completely Lego?
Hmm.
That is the next story right here. So this house was given a complete makeover, a
Hmm.
Lego makeover.
Hmm.
So well done that Lego itself had to post about it, post it up on their Instagram, post it up on their social media about this amazing, amazing house that is fully designed, decked out to be Lego.
Hmm.
Now, here's my thing. Number one, I would like to know who did it. Number two, I wonder if they specialize in just making over rooms,
Hmm.
specialize in making over the entire house.
Hmm.
And the last question, am I able to build on these Lego, furniture and decor? If I'm not able to build on them, get it out of my house. That's
So get it on out of there. So you know somebody that does stuff like this right here. He actually made the decor for a kid's dental office right out in Maryland. Jermaine has done something like this where he went and made Lego decor to like the front desk out of Lego and some fixtures and stuff like that that were on the wall and stuff. But weren't we supposed to go to an Airbnb and check out an Airbnb that was full of Lego and stuff like that? It had all these Lego stuff. Like whatever happened to that Airbnb?
The Airbnb is still around. I mean, I'll pull it up right now while we're chatting here.
It was that one, and it was the one that belonged to the X-Men. Like, but that the one that was X-Men was so far booked, like you couldn't even book it. You could just look at the video or the video and the photos of it. But
Mhm.
yeah, there was a couple of, and I think that's what it is now. Is that I think if you're into color, I think that the decor is the way to go is Lego decor, right? Because you have a color palette, right? If you're into multiple colors and stuff like that. Um, Lego made it easy by having, Lego art. So now you can put these things on your wall. You could put these things on your on a on a shelf or a dresser drawer or something like that. Like the flowers, like all of the bouquet sets. The botanicals, like all that stuff is art, like Lego art that you can easily decorate a house so easily, right? Um, and so I think you'll see more of this, and I think that uh, you'll see companies offering this type of decor in their designs.
You know what? You know what I'm thinking as well, man. We tripping. Legoland does this.
That's right. That's right.
We overthinking this thing, man.
Yeah.
Legoland be ahead of their time, man. All those rooms are, decked out Lego, specialized Lego. But you know what?
Hmm.
You know, I'm not rich, right? I'm just a humble Lego master champ, right? And I ain't win no money, right? You know,
Hmm.
all my money went to that charity, and that's all good. We didn't win that 100K, but
Right.
I tell you what, if ever given the opportunity to go on again and win the whole thing and get that 100K, I
Right.
have one room. I'm gonna have one of my rooms decked out, Lego decked out, not the whole house, just that one room.
Frank, for 100 grand, if you win 100 grand, you better deck the whole house out. One room ain't enough. You already got one room and you're in it. All right. So we talked about my friend Kevin Dart with the jumbo size X-wing. So now it's time to go down under and talk about the Kale scale. Now, those that don't understand the Kale scale, you have to go watch Australia's Lego Masters, their first season, where they had this one competitor who believed in building big. And his motto was build, go big or go home. Well, he did end up going home, but the stuff that the stuff that he was building was great, but it was also at a big scale, so they called it Kale scale. Kale is a Lego design, not a certified one through Lego, right? But he is a professional, Lego designer. That's what he does. Um, he has just made an appearance on another TV show called The Floor.
Mm, mm. That's number one. If you guys don't know who Kale is, imagine if Mel went to Australia. That's exactly who Kale is.
I like to build big things.
That could be a brand new team, Mel and Kale.
Mel and Kel, right? Kel called me, man.
Yeah, let's make it happen. All right. So they already have a show here, The Floor. They have that here in the States too. Rob Lowe is the host of that show. And everybody loves Rob Lowe, right?
Mhm.
And that's also on Fox. So that's part of the brand, right?
Yep, it is.
You know, the reason why we're bringing this up is not because of the fact that he was on the show. That's awesome that he was on the show, right?
Mhm.
He wanted to do some stuff, and if you saw the clips, he looked like he was having a good old time on
Have a
that.
good time. It was a good time.
But why we're talking about this is that Lego Master Australia's social media,
Mhm.
it posted it.
Mm.
Ones who posted the fact that their very own Lego Master is on this other show.
Yeah.
I asked the question to you because it's like, you know what? That's the type of support you want to see
Hmm.
from the network, right?
Right.
Now, me and you, we've been on season one. We also been on the holiday special, right?
Right.
And I remember when season three aired, I was very upset with the network. And
Hmm.
the reason why is because number one, they weren't promoting the show as I know they could. And
No.
number two, they weren't tagging the Lego Masters or the
Mhm.
contestants on anything.
On anything. Nope.
Literally go in to every post and I would tag the builders that was presented on the post.
Hmm.
Or they even started to do it. And it was like, yeah, my son remembers. It was so important to me that number one, they're acknowledging the fact that these are not just contestants, they're not just people that are on the show, that
Mhm.
they're actually part of the brand and that you support the brand. You
Right.
know, we see that sometimes,
Hmm.
seldom, where our Lego Masters would actually tag someone else in Lego Masters, right?
Right.
And they're doing something. Let's take you back real quick, right?
Yep.
2020, I got an email from Cake Media, and this was Buddy Velastro's media company
Hmm.
affiliated with the Food Network. And they asked him, hey, we would like for you to be on the show. You know, you guys are going to build something, Buddy's going to bake something, and this is all for charity. We're not getting any trophies. We're not getting any money in our pockets. We're doing this for charity.
Yeah.
Cool. Makes sense. Got my brother on board. I reached out to you. I reached out to Jermaine. I reached out to Man. Right. I said, hey, all of us could go on. Right. And in
Hmm.
the my mind, I'm saying to myself, all right, we still have to say something to the network. So what do we do? I reached out to the network. I said, hey, this opportunity came about. I'm doing the courtesy by letting you guys know, hey, we're interested in doing this, and this is what it is.
Hmm.
So, long story short, the networks had to talk to each other to the point where it got all the way up to the upper echelon of both networks.
Okay.
They were like, Food Network was like, hey, we would love for these builders to come on and build this cool stuff. Lego was like, well, they're part of our brand and they're our intellectual property, so we don't want to share. Mind you, we weren't on any promotional stuff. We weren't on any tours. Nothing.
Nothing.
There was no reason for them to be so abrasive with us because what are we doing?
Yeah,
But
they
bring
had no plans for us. They had no plans for us. They weren't gonna do nothing with us.
none. So it finally got to the point where they said, okay, you can have them, but here's the following things. You can't mention that they're Lego Masters. You can't
Hmm.
mention that they were on Lego Masters. You can't even mention the word Lego. You have to call them brick builders and toy makers. That's what
Hmm.
you call them. You could call them by their names because that's their names, but you can't make any affiliation or any connection to Lego Masters. And in my mind, I'm like, that's silly because number one, we're airing the same year we came out on Lego Masters. If people are following us on social media, they're gonna see that.
Let's
So
see
why
that.
capitalize on the opportunity? And that was very disappointing that Lego Masters, the brand at the time,
Hmm.
they didn't see it was necessary to promote us. And it made me question if we were a different set of people from our show,
Hmm.
they had promoted us even more. And I don't like to pull those types of cards, but it makes you wonder. And I just think that Australia, and I've heard some stuff about Australia's version of Lego Masters and how they handle social media. I heard some stuff.
Hmm.
There's one thing you cannot deny. They appreciate the people who came on the show and what they do afterwards.
Yeah.
I love Jordy. I love Flash Jordy, right? But they always have him come back, even though he's doing crazy stuff, and most of it is his idea. But they keep bringing him back, and I think that's awesome. They did Grandmasters. They brought people back
Right.
because they appreciate what they do. All I'm saying is Lego Masters, Fox. If you see us doing something out in the world, and you see us on other shows, just promote us, man. Just say, hey, yo, we're happy, we're proud of what our man's is doing or what our ladies are doing. That's all.
I think it.
One last thing, and I promise I'm gonna shut up. Two of our Lego masters from Fox went all the way over to Australia.
They have.
There, laid the smackdown on Australia.
Uh-huh.
Asked me if Lego Masters Fox said anything.
Oh, they never did. They never did. They're not even on. If you go to if you go to Fox Lego Masters right now, you won't see Crystal or Michelle, you know, involved with the Australia, show. Like they're not congratulating them. They're not even acknowledging them.
Mm-mm. You know what?
So
And just to keep
I
us
think,
up.
I think there's levels to it. There's levels to it, and I'm gonna unpeel it for you, right? Like you said, I think that Fox itself has some spaces for some shows, right? And Lego Masters is one of them. Lego Masters ratings might be good for like the A falls. Like we think, oh man, like no, 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 no. Fox have shows that actually win awards. Fox Lego Masters never won an award. Now, granted, it gets nominated. Whoever does the nominations really got the nominations really messed up because they're nominating. They're in the nominating categories that they're not going to win.
Mhm.
So whoever does the nominations for them is really messing them up. But you have that. So there's there's Emerald Shine, right, who owns Fox Lego Masters, right?
Mhm.
And so, with production crew that produced you and our show on the first season, I said this to a current Lego master, or more current Lego master, is that look, and I know you didn't want to, you kind of touch, or you kind of alluded to it, but the world is different colors, right? This world, there's black people, there's white people, there's Asian people, there's Hispanic people, there's green people, there's purple people, there's orange people, there's in between people, and there's indifferent people like you and me.
Mhm.
And so, um, yeah, you're right. If we was a set of, if Manny, Jermaine, Travis, Corey, and Mel were a set of different Lego masters, yeah, they would have been behind it. They would have turned the water into wine.
Uh,
And I hate getting like this. I do, but it's the reality of it. But then I'm wrong because I talk about what's real, and if we don't talk, Corey, if we don't talk about what's real on this show, and I stopped the time clock,
yeah.
but if we don't talk about what's real on the show, why we here? Like like why we here? If I can't voice what I see, what happened, and what's real,
Mhm.
and what why forget about all this stuff here, then like it doesn't matter, right? If I can't talk about what's real, it doesn't matter. And so you have that, right? And so and it's easy. And I'm gonna cut you with the first half, and then I'm gonna cut you with the second, right?
Mhm.
So it's easy to say that, like, it wasn't like it wasn't an IP issue for Lego Masters, because if it was, they'd tell you no, you can't use any of them.
Right.
But you can use them all. And like you said, like, that would have been a segue for Fox Lego Masters. Hey, look, we got five of our contestants, on another show, competing against this cake professional. Hey, Fox Lego Masters, is coming back, such and such, such and such. So watch more. Like, what I mean, it's so many levels that they could have promoted it, but they didn't, because
Mhm.
we a different set of people.
And you know it blows my mind because when I go back and I look at all of the seasons,
Hmm.
only once, with the exception of other Lego Masters that's been to other Lego Master shows, we are the
Hmm.
only set of spot who's been on another network, on another streaming network, and doing something regarding Lego.
Hmm.
Only once.
Yeah.
No other. There's I mean, Boone has done some cool stuff in the world. Did
Yeah.
stuff with Walmart, which was really cool. But that was all
Yeah.
virtual. That was all a virtual setting and
Yeah.
everything. That we were on a national television network.
Yeah.
Network. We are the
Mhm.
only. We are the only groups.
Yeah.
And I hate talking about it because it gets me fired up because Lego Masters didn't promote it and other Lego media didn't promote it, didn't
Mhm.
talk when it happened. And again, it goes to hating to say this. If we were different Lego Masters, what would the stigma be? What would people say? How much of airtime would we have gotten if that was the case?
Mhm.
And you know what? And you know what's crazy too? Like even though we didn't win, we still was able to donate 5K to the Make a Wish Foundation. They changed the rules, and this is a little bit of spoilers. They changed the rules when
Mhm.
we did our segment.
Yeah.
So they went back and they changed the first two episodes to where they was the
They
losing
was
team.
gonna go ahead and donate. Yep. They was go ahead and donate. Yep.
We did that. We changed that.
Mhm.
And that speaks a lot to to who we are as builders and as people. And it's just sad that we live in a society where because of who you are,
Mhm.
it would always depend on how much attention we give that person. Lego Masters could have definitely bigged up Crystal and Michelle for going over to Australia.
Yeah. They should have.
That they could have posted that. They could have sent traffic over there. People would go over there anyway. It's
Because
not
I'm gonna tell you, Corey, and I don't mean to interrupt you. I'm gonna tell you, she was bigger. Her winning the Christmas special, and then turn around and go to Australia and winning that was bigger than Robert and Chris winning their cup.
Mhm.
She saved the viewership of Lego Masters, in my opinion.
That's fair.
That's your first double cup winner.
Yeah.
First,
She's the only one
right,
that's done that.
right. And
Eh,
so at that point, and here's my message to the new Lego Master in season 5, right? And when I say minorities, I'm not talking about black, I'm not talking about color or anything like that. There's the minority is the person that is not, you don't have 10,000 followers on Instagram, or you don't have like 100K followers on TikTok, right? That's the minority, that's what I'm talking about. So you're the new minority Lego master. Here's my message to you: make your own way, because after the lights, hey, y'all been sitting in the can for a year, and ain't nobody called you. So
mhm.
that should be an indication that after this stuff airs and it's over, like last episode is over, nobody's gonna call you. So make your way to whatever you trying to do. You trying to teach some Lego classes, make a way, because they're not gonna help you.
Yeah.
If you trying to be famous, find that next thing, because they're not gonna call you and help you. They're not gonna, that's not their job. Their job is to shoot the next Lego Masters.
Yeah. I always tell people Lego Masters provided the platform. When that platform, after the platform is taken, that's on you. I'm rooting for Kale.
I'm rooting for it. Make that money, man. That's a good show.
Now that we got all that off our chests, we're
Whew.
gonna get to some. We're gonna speculate a little bit. We're gonna have a little bit of fun. This is gonna be fun because we gonna instigate. We're gonna instigate a possible brick war. That's what
Okay.
we're gonna instigate a brick war. You know,
Okay.
and so what is it? Brick Shop, Mattel
Mhm.
Shop. They had their big reveal, Hot Wheels. We got these cars coming. You can build them, all that stuff, right?
Right.
One of them, one of those particular cars was an AC Cobra, and Lego just dropped the news that hey, you know what? We gonna make an AC Cobra on our icons on our icon Lego icons, right?
Uh-huh.
So my question is, did they have this car in the can ready to go, or did they see that? Oh, let me show you who Daddy is. Yeah, we remember that set we're gonna bring out in 2027. Yeah, we're
Roll
gonna
it.
right now.
So this is all speculations, right? This it's not a thing yet from the news that I got. Speculations, right? So it's not a thing yet. But chances are that they probably will come out with this model, right? Because they got the specs on it, they got the piece count on this thing, they got the price, and they got the date on this thing. So I
Mhm.
didn't release it. Uh, Itavik is it Itivic or whatever bricks. He released it, so you go to his Instagram, right?
Mhm.
And I'm looking at it because he's got the 411 on it. So but what I do like, friend, is that he didn't use a Lego image of a car or anything like that. He basically, this image would be fresh off of either a vehicle, like a showroom, right? Look, like a Daytona showroom or a Mattel brick shop. Because since you're into Hot Wheels, this car looks like a Hot Wheel. And maybe that's a dig at Mattel brick shop because like Lego's king here, like we're gonna show you how you do it, right? And here's the thing: is that they're gonna give you this sleek AC Cobra car without the metal wheels or the alloy wheels that we were talking about on the last show, like
Mhm.
without the alloy wheels, because you don't need those. You don't need that.
This is this is standard. This
Hmm.
is standard in the world of business, right?
Hmm.
Got some young up and comer, some hot shot trying to make a big splash, trying to shake up. And you saying, okay, I see you making some noise over there. I'll let you make your little noise. Get you 1 week, you know. Okay, yeah, you know that Formula One race in Miami? Yeah, yeah, we just gonna show up. We're gonna show up with some life size Lego builds. Okay, yeah, we gonna drop that on you. And you know what? Just to make sure that the coffin is nailed shut, we're gonna just drop this set. We're gonna release this set. You know what? At the end of the day, man, I'm happy. I'm happy that Lego sees the potential of another. Because I can tell you this: if Lego didn't see Brick Mattel or Brick Shop Mattel as a potential threat, they wouldn't care.
It
They
would,
wouldn't
yeah, it would.
be set that would rival theirs. They wouldn't do that. They done went out there and got Pokemon so that they can make sure they're going to show them how to do a Pokemon set. And now they're dropping cars. Listen, I wouldn't be surprised.
They drive the cars.
Lego does the same thing. Have some little poly bag build, have a little Lego Speed Champion, and then have the icon, and then just to top it off, throw a Technic set of the same car, just to say, hey, you know what? We just going to put something out there. We ain't going to give it no elite nothing. Listen, 0 to 99, you come and play with us. They don't know what they're doing.
Yeah, they know what they're doing. And to answer your question, yeah, you know what? Lego probably was sitting on this for a minute because usually their designs and stuff that's ready to roll out is usually like 2 to 3 years in the making. And so, there's probably one of the designs that they just was just sitting on. And then when, I don't know, you used to have that friend and you always go get the fresh sneaks and stuff like that all the time, man. And you had to wait to get yours. But then all of a sudden, you got the latest sneaks, right? It's like I'm gonna wait till he wears his for a week, and then I'm gonna come out with my J's the next week.
Mhm. And then
So
that same friend finds out that you got those J's and then wears it the day before you decide to wear
you gotta roll them out quick. You only you only as funky as your last cut, man. So it's a battle. It's a battle. I like it. I like it. So
it. Man, let's get to it. I'm here for it. All
oh
they need
yeah,
is have a show.
the Lego Group has broken ground on a new distribution center in the US and it's in Richmond, VA. Man, you know what? I think I'm going to go job searching.
You know, I was thinking about this the other day, and I said, man, we try not to talk too much politics here, right? But
Hmm.
we got a dude in the White House
Hmm.
try to buy try to buy Greenland, right?
Hmm. They
And
tried.
you know what country owns Greenland? Denmark, right?
Mm. Hmm.
And where's Lego? Denmark.
Hmm.
and now he said, "Yeah, I'm going to throw these tariffs out there."
Mm-hmm.
That's going to affect if those tariff goes through. Now they have 90-day pauses and all that mess. If all that goes through
Mm-hmm.
and the price starts to hike up to get the Lego into the U.S., we got a distribution spot right here in the good old U.S. of A.
Yep.
Would significantly cut down prices, and not to beat the dead horse, but Brick Shop, Mattel. Trump thinks Mattel is a country, so you already know what's happening with Mattel. Mattel, they might get hit with some tariffs, and their prices may go up. If Lego decides, hey, we're just gonna manufacture all of our stuff right here in the good old US of A, so that way we avoid all that tariff stuff, and we're gonna fast track that spot. Listen, I think that's a brilliant move by Lego, opening up that plant. They're breaking ground. I know they're trying to get that stuff up and running. They
Mm-hmm.
need to get it done quick. And if you're gonna be looking for a job, man, I might be right behind you, man.
Yeah, man, let's do it, man. I'm gonna do some job searching on the line, man. I heard your boy Randall. He was looking at one too. He was looking at a job too.
Listen,
So
we said it. We said it, man. We can't make changes if we're not sitting at the table.
yeah,
So, hey, man, we gotta do that.
that's true. I'm gonna tell you about all this tariff stuff. All this tariff, your man bluffing. He bluffing because every tariff that he done set, he done rolled back, and he just, it's all a bluff. He bluffing. He bluff. Now, mind you, the dude owns casinos, so yeah, he's got his poker face on, y'all. Like he's a casino guy, right?
But
Um,
he bankrupted his casinos though.
he definitely did. So he about to bankrupt the U.S. in a second, but he, he so the tariff stuff he's bluffing on, but that it's pure genius for Denmark and Lego to go ahead. You know what? Let's go ahead and own some. They already own a business, and they have grounds, in the U.S. because you got the Boston headquarters, right? And so at that point, you're kind of in the clear, but you solidify it by adding the distribution center, right? And so now you can, whenever if that ever happens or act up, it's not really hurting your prices because you're here, which that's a plus, right? Yeah, the Mattel thing, man, it just, it's a shout match, man. Maybe the dude didn't have enough toys growing up, and he just don't want nobody else to have any toys or any hobbies, anything like that. I don't know, but whatever he say,
Getting all
and
these,
then during the due date, when the due date go down, he rolled it right back, and he bluffing. He just bluffing. Where I come, you bluffing.
wow. And man, listen, at the end of the day, I think that's a good thing. We got a lot of our folks from the US who have moved to Denmark to work at the headquarters.
Hmm.
I'm coming right back over. We got a headquarters coming up in Boston. We got a distribution.
Hmm.
This is probably where one of the biggest markets for Lego is the United States. So it makes sense to put everything here. Just to cut down on some of that cost, and bring some of them Lego sets that are $500, bring it down to $300, and I guarantee you, gonna make a lot more money.
Yeah, and it does something for the community anyway too. Like, especially the East Coast community, that are Lego fans. Now you get to work for this company that you love, right? And they get to give back to the community. The environment's going to look great because now you got this company that's a fixture in that community, and then you got the people that live within that Richmond or Central Virginia community, and even as far as DC, Maryland, in New Jersey. Yeah, I mean, you can easily take a drive down or ride the rail down and be a part of the movement.
Absolutely. Speaking of Australia, right? We've talked about Australia a lot this episode, and there's a good reason, right? They're
Hmm.
promoting other Lego Masters, past Lego Masters on other shows, and
Hmm.
just keep rolling out the hits. So
Hmm.
they just announced their new season of Lego Masters called Grandmasters of the Galaxy. Grandmasters of the Galaxy. Now, if you remember a couple years back, they did a Grandmasters edition of the show where they brought back past winners, runner ups,
Hmm.
favorites to compete. They mixed and matched them and everything like that. Put them all here to compete and win that Grandmaster title. We've been asking Fox to do this for some time. And Fox,
Mhm.
we need you to do this. We need a Grandmasters edition in America. But they decided to put a twist on the name and made it the Grandmasters of the Galaxy, kind of playing off of Guardians of the Galaxy, the
Okay.
Marvel property. Um,
Mhm.
I will tell you this, they win awards and they got good viewership. So I'm intrigued by the name.
Mhm.
What does this mean? Are we going to be battling, Lego Masters from other galaxies? Galaxies in that's coming. I mean, US doesn't whoop up on y'all. So now I got to reach out to the aliens and try to bring them aliens down. I mean, I'm curious as to where this is going to go.
Oh man, I don't even know what to say about this, man. Like, why didn't they just keep the name that they had, which was Australia versus the world? Because that's what this is here. They're bringing in people from all over the globe, like Australia's versus the world. But you change the name to, Grandmasters, of the galaxy. Like, but here's the thing: you kind of when you do that, you're locked in. I believe you're locked into a certain type of theme or building, right? Galaxy is space, so is every build going to be about space? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. You lock yourself into that. But why change the name? Because apparently, like, it was a big hit because you got your can kicked pretty good by them girls from Texas. Them girls from Texas kicked your can because you thought you was going to go the easy route, and they showed you something else. And
Pretty much.
so now you
Well,
got to go. But here's the thing with that, right? Say if they changed the name of this show. It's the same show. They
mhm,
changed the name of the show, which changes the name of the trophy, right? For the winner, right?
mhm.
That means that Crystal and Michelle will forever be the Lego champion, the only Lego champion of Australia versus the world.
Yeah. But then that means whoever wins this time around is going to be the Lego Master of the Galaxy.
Hmm.
Now, are we talking the Milky Way galaxy? Are we talking about the Andromeda galaxy that's close by, a couple light years away? Like I studied astronomy when I was in college. A telescope on my balcony it doesn't work, but I got a telescope,
All
so
right.
I know about space. I know about space. So I'm just curious. God's Eye Nebula. That's a beautiful nebula. That's the one me and my brother we kind of our second build on the show. We kind of mimic that.
Okay.
I'm I, I guess I'm not so much worried about the name. I'm more worried about where we're going with the theme because
Hmm.
it's a good point. If your thing is Grandmasters of the Galaxy, is this going to be an all space, all sci-fi? Are we going to get some Marvel? I mean, they've been loose with the IP over in Australia. They got rules over there that they can just use whatever they want and it's good. They don't got to pay nobody. So I mean, we've heard some murmurs. I mean, we
Hmm.
murmurs. We got some friends out in Australia who's been on the show, who's
Yeah.
worked behind the scenes. So we've heard some murmurs. And you know what? I don't want to say like, somebody's a little butthurt. I don't want to say that, right? Because they could have got me and you to come out to Australia, and if they really wanted to, to gas it up, we could have gassed it up for them, but
Yeah.
they chose not to, you
No,
know.
they chose not to. They did the right thing this time because you can't lose twice in a row. Like you can't, your show looked bad. Your producers would be mad if you lost twice in a row. Like especially to the U.S. Like because we know y'all don't like us. We get it. We get it. If we were y'all, we wouldn't like us neither. So, but and I get it. It's about the money thing, and you can't. Imagine you own a basketball team, right? And every home opening, you get your can kicked.
You know,
Every home opening, that first game, your team is getting kicked.
you know what it's like? It's like Harlem Globetrotters losing.
It never happened, right? It never happened. Never happened. The Generals ain't won a game since they started that thing, and that's been almost over 50 years.
You ain't supposed to lose. You're not. You're
Wow.
not.
They only played one team. That's it. They played the Generals. They don't play nobody else.
You can't lose. You're not supposed to lose,
Yeah.
but you did. You lost on your home turf. Now the right thing to do is for Lego Masters Fox to put out something like that, and y'all come over here and try to return the favor. That's what y'all supposed to do.
Right.
You know,
But,
we did
but
that.
shame on Lego Masters Fox for not even promoting that, because now you clearly had the better builders in the world arena, because this was like people that was supposed to be from the world, right?
Mhm.
And you didn't promote it.
Didn't. You know, it makes me. I don't want us to go off. It
Yeah.
makes me wonder. It makes me wonder. There were other Lego Masters from other shows. We had
Hmm.
that was there. We had France that was there.
Hmm.
You know, I'm wondering if their version of Lego Masters, if they promoted it.
I'm sure they probably did. We'll do some digging, but I'm sure they probably did, because I'm sure they were very proud that they were being represented in this thing.
If they did, man, then you know what? We're kind of on brand for America because we cut throat like that. Yeah, we're
Right.
not promoted. We're not.
Well, you went over there and won a little trophy. Oh, okay.
Yeah, should have brought it over here first. You don't care about it.
Yeah, they should have had. Honestly, I'm gonna tell you, they should have had a parade for Crystal and Michelle. Man, they should have had a parade, or do a virtual Lego, like have somebody do a stop motion parade for them.
Yeah, like shoot, like all of us could have jumped on me like, yo, we super proud, we happy. You know, that's some more trophies on our end. You know, we're already leading the world. We got 2 trophies over here. You know,
Right,
uh, what's up? You know, do your worst.
right.
But
So what they do, they set this game up, and they bring their best of the best to be. Oh boy, you ready for this one? To be the paper champion,
mm,
and they won because they out here fighting paper champions.
mm.
Oh, I'm gonna hit the bell on myself. I'm sorry.
Oh man, listen. Once again, folks, don't really discuss what we're gonna say when we're on these out in these streets, man. But the views and opinions of Mel Brown is Mel Brown's only. If you see me laughing, it just it hit me. It just hit me out of nowhere, and you know, in order not to cry, I laughed. So I mean, listen, man, the champion is a champion, man. At the end of the day,
Uh-huh.
at the end of the day, yo,
You saw the same stuff I saw.
I did, and you know what? At the end of the day, um, it's all about how you make it to the end. You know,
Yeah.
it's not about how you run the race.
Right.
Who crosses that finish line first?
Yeah.
You could have been tripping over those hurdles, but if you made it to that finish line before those other races, that's all we're gonna remember, man. We're gonna remember that you hold up that cup.
Hmm.
Today, that's what that is, man. So I'm looking forward to watching Grandmasters of the Galaxy.
Hmm.
I I I just hope that it's a fair competition and they're not like, yeah, we going to scorch earth.
It wasn't. It wasn't, folks. I'm gonna tell you here right now. I ain't gonna tell you who and what. I know, but it wasn't. It wasn't. And shame on y'all, Australia, Lego Masters. Shame on y'all. Shame on y'all.
Listen,
Hamish ain't. I'm gonna say Hamish, but Hamish ain't got nothing to do. He don't put nobody on the show. And Brickman probably really don't. But shame on y'all for doing that.
On your own size.
Right.
Pick on someone your own size.
If you got a number one of the number one, make it go against the number one of our number one.
There you go. You see a team of Tyler and Aaron on the same team.
Right.
Let's see Boone and
Let me get Mark and Boone against that. Give me Mark and Boone against that. I put $100 grand on Mark and Boone against them too. They don't want that. You don't want that smoke. You don't. You're busy making TV shows, right? They don't want that. You gotta make the TV look good.
So on this episode,
prediction is pain. It's pain.
We done started a war. We're gonna start a war between Lego and the Brick Shop. Or between Lego Masters Fox and Lego Masters Australia.
It's pain.
Man, listen, listen, man. I didn't come on to start no wars, man. You know, we already got someone in the White House that's doing that right now. These trade wars, man. We ain't no better. You know what's bad? I'm wearing an orange shirt. Man, oh man.
The prediction is pain. What Mr. T says, pain.
After he went up in there and beat up on poor Rocky. Beat up on poor Rocky, man. Made Mickey die. Made him question the man to his woman.
It's pain. That's what we after right now. Pain. I'm after the pain. Australia. Pain.
I know you've been staying
up. Making paper champions. Pain.
You've been staying up all night. Wish you had a real man come up to my apartment.
Come on over.
Yo, Mr. T was out of pocket, man.
Yeah, he was. They don't make shows like that no more.
Nah, they don't do that.
All right, man. What's next for you, friend?
Man, I'm going to Birmingham, Alabama.
Okay.
Birmingham, Alabama this weekend for Brick Fan Expo.
Okay.
I'm super excited. I haven't been in Alabama in a few years. So I'm looking forward to being out there, hanging out with the folks, hanging out with the fans of the brand. Mm-hmm. We're gonna have a good time, man. You know, and yeah, that's what's going on, man. And then after that, come back, Brick World,
Chicago. I'm getting ready, boy. I'm getting ready.
Got to. My man Randall out here, he building these replicas of the Power Ranger weapons.
Nice.
Power Ranger weapons.
That's huge, man. Randall's on a genius level, man. I'll never catch up, man. Like,
I said, bro, I'm only bringing one thing, man, and I'm still waiting for these pieces to come in, man. So we're gonna have to see, man. We're gonna have to see. Spray paint some stuff, man.
No. Yeah, man. Yeah.
How about you, man?
Oh man, I'm just got this in the mail. Just got this in the mail. So I'm gonna be touching some brick tonight. In the mail. So thank you, Lego, for giving me the set early. I appreciate that. I'm gonna do my review in a timely manner. I know I don't, but I will.
Listen, is that Galactus is the same height or taller?
So he is a construction figure.
Oh,
and you got so basically it's like the Ant-Man set at this point, like Ant-Man, the new Ant-Man set and the minifigures. So that's what you're looking at, you know.
Nah, man, that should have been
cool. Richards got the extended legs right there. That's gonna be a little bit different.
Mm-hmm. Why Benjamin Grimm 30, man?
I don't like the thing. I don't like how they did him. I mean, I guess he would be a big fig to me, right?
Yeah, he's a Hulk size. He's a Hulk size, man.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
And then like maybe a little bit of transparent on the Invisible Woman, a little bit of transparency, just a little bit. Or even Johnny Storm, like you know, give us some type of, like they did it with Ghost Rider with the flame, like So
that might be another topic, man. We gotta talk about, man.
Yeah, I mean, I get it, but like you do some things to keep the cost down and the pieces and stuff like that. I get it.
Yeah,
so it's a balance. It is, but I mean, if I'm a fan, those are the things that I want.
Right. All right, man. Well, as always, it's always good talking with you, man. It's always good, just spitting the facts, and
Yeah,
just talk about some good stuff, man. So,
giving out predictions. Pain, Australia.
man,
Pain.
we will
Stop,
try to do
stop
better next.
making paper champs, Australia. Pain,
Good night, America.
pain. Good night.